The story that we are tracking this morning, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha remains in a critical state after she suffered a cardiac arrest on Sunday evening. A statement issued by the Apollo Hospital says she is being monitored and treated by a team of expert doctors and is currently on a heart assist device. Dr. Richard Beale, an intensivist from London, is also being consulted. He's concurred with the line of treatment being followed by Apollo's expert team. A team of doctors from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences has also rushed to Chennai. Sources telling India Today that the doctors are looking at all options, including the possibility of an angioplasty procedure on Jayalalitha late Sunday night. Meanwhile, Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh spoke to the Maharashtra Governor Vidyasagar Rao, who also holds additional charge of Tamil Nadu. Governor Rao rushing to the hospital after being asked by the Union Home Minister to get there. Heavy police deployment at the moment outside the Apollo Hospital in Chennai, with paramilitary forces being kept on standby. Let me go straight across to our correspondent Shiv Arun, who's also being joined at the moment by Dhanya Rajendran. Dhanya Rajendran is of the News Minute, a website that tracks news in the south. But Shiv, some question marks over that report coming in of an angioplasty being done on Jayalalitha. Is that simply the AIDMK trying to boost the dropping morale of its supporters, because she has suffered a cardiac arrest and presumably the first challenge before the doctors is to actually revive her, and for that they've been going through this, we're told, an extremely critical procedure at the moment, which means that an angioplasty at this stage would be unlikely until they can actually revive Jayalalitha in the first instance. What are you gathering about the health procedures which Jayalalitha is going through at the moment?
You're right, Rajdeep. There was talk of an angioplasty, earlier, but those reports have apparently been refuted already. And you're absolutely right. The priority right now is on reviving Jayalalitha before any other kind of procedure, can actually be administered on her. I have with me right now Dhanya Rajendran, editor-in-chief of the News Minute. Dhanya, we saw your reports a short while ago about the angioplasty. There was talk about it. What do we know about her latest condition and what the doctors are doing with her?
Well, the rumor was that there was an angioplasty, but sources within the hospital are saying that that's not possible, as in her body cannot take an angioplasty now. But there is some sort of procedure which was done to simply revive her and give her some sort of cardiac support. That's what we know as of now. We've also heard from the hospital and from the Chief Minister's office that perhaps there could be a health bulletin before noon. And I think that's really important now, that more information trickles out of the hospital to sort of pacify the cadres, the leaders and everyone else as to what's happening inside.
And obviously they need to, play it very delicately because of the number of people outside. You can see the police deployment as well. Obviously the Apollo Hospital is having to play it safe.
Not just the Apollo Hospital, I think it's now time for the government or at least the party to step in, because the only information that we have been getting till now about her health condition is from Apollo Hospital. But now perhaps it's time for the governor or even the government to issue a press statement, which has not happened till now. Hopefully at least something will happen today.
Why didn't the governor, I mean, when the governor came in last night and went inside, he came outside, folded his hands, didn't say a word and just left. Why was that? I mean, it seems like the entire administration appears to be a little confused about how to handle the entire situation.
So what we have known right from the beginning is that Shashikala has been uncomfortable about giving out information on what's happening inside the hospital. So, which is why the information has been trickling in little by little. In fact, her entire team, Jayalalitha's entire team, is uncomfortable with more information being given out, because she herself, all her life, has been a secretive person. She does not talk much, so they do not want much information, which is perhaps why the governor too is extending that courtesy now. The last time he visited also, he did not say much. In fact, he just said, I came, I visited her and wished her all the best.
We're all praying for Jayalalitha's well-being, her good health and her full recovery. But, a political question that many people will be asking in a realistic sense, Dhanya, since you've been, covering South politics especially for so long, is it even in the realm of imagination for the AIA-DMK what lies ahead, life beyond Amma? Is it something that they've even considered? Are they ready for something like that?
Well, they obviously did not consider that in May 2016, but from September they have been forced to consider that. So in the last 2.5 months, we have seen power centers emerging. For example, there's Thambidurai, who is a Gounder leader. There is O. Paneerselvam, a Tevar leader. But above all of them is the Poets Garden, whether it's Jayalalitha or Shashikala. But we have seen these power centers emerging, and those are the people who are now controlling the party and the government. So they obviously now seem to have some sort of a plan B in place. And in between there was talk about other parties trying to wean away AIDMK MLAs. So the party has come together now. But let me tell you, a lot of MLAs I speak to, they are still not ready to believe that an eventuality may happen. They are hoping against hope that she will somehow fight this one too.
Kanya, thank you so much. And that really is borne out. I was on a flight, Rajdeep, like I pointed out just a short while ago, which was full of AIADMK members from Delhi, and all of them, with Amma's picture in their breast pockets, betray absolutely no anxiety. I mean, there might be a veneer of concern, but overall, it is, that Amma is going to be fine. There's going to be a miracle. She's going to get out of this. She's going to be back in office very soon. Betraying none of the anxiety they probably feel. But like Dhanya said, since September this year, no matter which way they think, no matter what they think, no matter how, how ably they're able to, convince themselves that a miracle lies ahead, obviously they've been, forced to think practically about what, the political future of the AIADMK and Tamil Nadu really is going to be.
There's a name that you referred to more than once while you were speaking to Dhanya, that of Shashikala. And it is intriguing that Shashikala has the reputation of controlling all access to Jayalalitha. Where is Shashikala at the moment? Is she in the hospital? And is she the person now who will perhaps decide on any announcement to be made, any decisions to be taken politically by the AIDMK? Is she now, in a sense, as of now, while Jayalalitha battles for her life, the inheritor, for now at least, of the Jayalalitha legacy?
State Joint Secretary,
Rajdeep, before I answer that question, I have with me Prasanna, who's a member of the AIADMK's IT wing, and she's also a member of the party. Prasanna, what can you tell us about the condition? Yesterday was the last categorical information that we got out from the Apollo Hospital about the Chief Minister. Is there anything more you can tell us about her condition? Because, we've seen rumors. We don't indulge in speculation. We go by facts. What more can you tell us about the madam's situation right now?
Like what you received last night is the same thing what even we received. There's no any extended circular or anything from Apollo or from anywhere. But the fact is that last night we were a bit jolted. After the September 22nd even, then she started recovering.
Yeah.
And
when you got the news about the cardiac arrest?
Yeah, before that, I'm just talking prior that, September 22nd when she was admitted, we all felt a bit frenzied, and then she started recovering. Then the by-election and deferred election results, it brought a lot of jubilance and cheer. So we thought that will sustain. But last night's event, it was a bit shocking. But I think this morning's climate is quite mellowed down, and I can see a lot of we see a lot of trust and confidence, and we know for sure she's gonna come out again. We are gonna see her in that beautiful chair of the chief.
What about
minister.
her close aides, ma'am, Sasikala and several others? Have they been able to gain access? We do know that since she was admitted over 70 days ago, only doctors and nursing staff have actually had any kind of physical access to her. Right now, as anyone else, people like Sasikala or anyone else, have they been able to gain access to her? Mr. Paneerselvam, anybody else?
No, we have no clue about it. We are just the party cadres, and we have our own restrictions, so we don't have much clue about what's happening. We just know that she's fine and she's gonna come back. And again, she's going to take Tamil Nadu on the growth trajectory.
The AIADMK is known to be a party that Jayalalitha has ruled in a very disciplined manner. Cadres are go by her diktat. She has ruled with an iron fist, respected widely. A person who is adored by her fans and supporters, and especially the cadres. But obviously these are very, very anxious times. Jayalalitha has faced a huge amount of distress in her life. She's been in jail. She's faced opposition vendetta when she's been out of power. But this is a real challenge. I mean, 70 days in a medical emergency situation must be a source of great anxiety for the cadres.
No, definitely, it is a source of great anxiety for us, but still, like, a lot of prayers are happening, and we all believe in prayers, and that is the reason, like, why from ICU she came back to the normal ward, and even this, I think, like, it will relapse back to a very normal situation. So prayers are there.
As a senior member of the cadre yourself, ma'am, if I could ask you, personally speaking, how do the cadres motivate themselves? We are all human beings at the end of the day. You see the media coverage of Jayalalitha, cardiac arrest, multiple organ failure, she's unable to speak. Very, very serious things. For any human being to see those things, you'd feel, extremely nervous if it's a loved one. For you and the cadres, Jayalalitha is there is nobody higher than that for you,
Definitely.
in the country. So, how do you wake up every day, motivate yourself to be positive, to be confident that she will make a comeback?
See, the very fact is that, like, when your loved ones, they have some problem, like, we are nervous, but more than that, like, as I told you, we believe in this positive attitude. So, like, going positive that she will be fine, she will come back. I think that positivity has brought her from the ICU to the normal ward. And again, like, these prayers and these positive thoughts set aside your nervousness, like, no, she will come back. So it is the attitude, and as you said, like, we have, like, our leader has taught us to be more disciplined, and in the same way our leader has taught us to have a more positive way of life. So I think that will bring her back to us.
One final question, Prasanna, and please remember that all of us at India Today are praying for the madam's health. We wish for her to make a full recovery and return to fulfill her responsibilities as Chief Minister. But politically and practically speaking, the AIADMK has always been ruled very firmly by Jayalalitha. She is the highest leader. To people who live beyond Tamil Nadu, I don't think many people beyond Tamil Nadu would be able to even name one leader of the AIADMK other than Amma herself.
Exactly.
So in that sense, has the AIADMK, I am God forbid anything, and we all wish for her full recovery, but has the AIADMK even thought of life beyond Jayalalitha? Is there a leadership beyond Jayalalitha at all?
No, you said God forbid.
Yeah.
So we believe in that. So we believe only she's there for us.
Yeah.
So nothing beyond.
There's nothing beyond that.
Nothing
There's
beyond.
nothing
Nothing beyond.
Okay.
Nothing beyond. Absolutely nothing beyond. For us, she's an iron butterfly. You said she's an iron lady. For us, like, iron in her grit, in her confidence, in her decision making, and butterfly in her compassion, in her human nature.
And in her only message that she gave from the hospital, she said that she feels like she's had a rebirth, a rejuvenation.
Exactly. So she has, like, no other leader would have such, like, such loving cadres, such loving public. Forget about the cadres. Every other person whom I see on the road, like, they say, like, I hope she's fine, irrespective of whether they're a party person or not. So all their prayers are there. So other than the party people, even the normal people are praying for her. So that is what Amma is, and, like, she truly lives the word for Amma, mother.
Prasanna, we commend the faith that you and the cadres have. I can tell you that we at India Today report the facts here, but what we see is an amazing amount of faith among the cadres, among people like you. We've been covering this for the last many days, so thank you for giving us your views here on India Today. Rajdeep, like you saw, not just iron woman, but iron butterfly. I think the metaphor that the AIADMK is trying to project here is a creature that can pull out a miracle, a person who transforms, a person who can belie all expectations. And you've covered politics for so long, Rajdeep. You know that Jayalalitha has been a miracle woman. She's been cornered before, politically, legally, and otherwise. She's come out of hugely distressing situations in the past. But through all of that confidence, positivity, and faith within the AIADMK, the anxiety, of course, is still very much there.
Thanks very much, Shiv. Yes, Jayalalitha has always proved her critics wrong over the years. Every time she's been written off in politics, she's bounced back. Can she now stage one final comeback, this time on her deteriorating health? I'm joined at the moment by the BJP State President, Ms. Soundarajan, is joining me at the moment. Appreciate your joining us. Could you give us a sense of what you're gathering from AIADMK sources and more particularly from the hospital?
Actually, there was definitely a setback yesterday. She had cardiac arrest and emergency angiogram has been done. And they are waiting for the improvement and how she's responding for the treatment given after the cardiac arrest. And according to the hospital sources, as emergency angiogram has been done, and at present her situation is stable. That's what we hear from the hospital report. Whatever may be, we all wish she should. As a doctor also, I have seen so many cases with conviction and determination. They have come out from such conditions. She's always a fighter, and she has fought the critical situations in politics, and she will fight. She has fought the critical situation in her health, also in a critical care condition for the past 2 months. And in the process of improving, she has met with a setback, and she should come out of it, and we all pray for that. And I request the cadres of ADMK to be hopeful and determined, because their prayers always help her, so everybody will pray for her.
Ms. Soundarajan, there have been some reports that the Prime Minister, senior leaders of the BJP could fly down to Chennai. There was even talk that Venkaiah Naidu, who's been someone close to Jayalalitha, could be flying down. Have you been getting any reports about the central leaders also now flying down to Chennai?
All our BJP leaders are much concerned about her health. They all want her to be back in the politics actively, and all the leaders are very much concerned about her, because I was in Delhi yesterday and I was about to leave to Germany on a delegation. Then after hearing that she is sick and the state of the chief minister of the state is sick, so I returned. I cancelled my German trip and I returned, and most of all our leaders are concerned about her health, and at present no any authorized tour plan of any leader. If it gets so, I will inform everybody.
Thank you very much, Ms. Soundarajan, for those updates. Remember, since last evening when Apollo issued that terse statement saying Jayalalitha had suffered a cardiac arrest, news of her health has sent her supporters into a tizzy. Questions are being raised as to exactly what has happened to the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, particularly because earlier on Sunday there were reports that she was recovering. What really changed in the space of a few hours?
Chennai Apollo Hospital has been witnessing unusual commotion since September 22nd, when Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha was hospitalized. Carefully worded health bulletins released by the hospital have kept the city on its toes, but it all took a huge turn on Sunday evening. Another ambiguous health update was released by the hospital authorities at 7 p.m, saying that Amma has fully recovered, temporarily pacifying the die-hard supporters who've been camping outside the hospital premises. Fast forward 3 hours and there was news of her cardiac arrest, and within seconds the premises was brimming with supporters. With uncertainty mounting over her health again, doctors from AIIMS in Delhi were rushed to Chennai as well.
The doctors are watching, sir, now watching, and they are giving best treatment to Amma. So that way you don't worry about anything, sir. Amma is all right now. Amma is all right. God is safe for Amma.
Tamil Nadu Governor Vidyasagar Rao was asked to leave for Chennai immediately, and then began the barrage of tweets of well-wishers. Opposition leader M.K. Stalin and ailing father Karunanidhi wished for a speedy recovery. Wishes poured in from all over the nation on Twitter, from President Pranab Mukherjee to chief ministers of different states.
Hospital has mentioned that a special device has been administered over the chief minister's heart to help her in oxygenating the blood. Well, not just that, there are so many cadres over here. As you can see, a huge number of ADMP cadres are present outside the hospital. They don't want to leave the place until they get any kind of update about the chief minister's health, and so is the police presence also increased to maintain law and order. Pramod Madhav for India Today.
And we'll be back with more updates in just a moment. It's our continuing focus. We'll also bring you the day's other top stories as we continue to track events in Chennai and across the country and the world. Back in a moment on this special broadcast this Monday morning.